sweet friends. Thank you so much for joining me for another Monday chat. I'm going to show you a couple of the things I have been working on this week. I think all of them are crochet this week, and I just had a couple things that I wanted to share with you. So first off, I want to share this blanket that I have finally tied all of the ends in. I am so thrilled. I can actually use it now. I'm so happy with it. I love this blanket so much. It is, if you would like to make this blanket, I do have a tutorial on how to make this, so you can hop over there. I have it in the description if you'd like to check that out. But I just used my scrap yarn on this one, and I know that I've shared this one with you several times because the ends have been such an issue for me to do, because I left them all for the end. So if I could go back and do it again, I would tie them in as I go instead of doing what I did and leaving it to the end, because I was just like, I can deal with that later. I don't need to think about that right now. And later me did not like that happened. So if I could have done it again, I would have done it as I went. So just a little tip on that one. But I am so happy with this one. I would say this is one of my favorites. I really do. I love scrap projects. I feel like they end up being my favorite things after they're all done. And this one is simple. It's just granny squares, and made it so happy. But they are, it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3 rows for each square. So they're small, but cute and comfy. So love that one, so happy with it. And I do have another finished item, and that is the cowl. So what I did was the half doubles on the bottom, and I did ribbing on the top. It's very simple, but I will do a tutorial for it. Probably that should be coming out the end of this week on Friday. I believe I'll be able to have it out by then. And this one is kind of going to be a 3-parter, because I do have some slippers and mittens that are going to go along with the cowl. If you would like to make that, I'm going to try it on so you can see it. Okay, so it's nice and full, and I really like that, where it will cover the back of your neck and be nice and cozy in your jackets and your coats. And this ribbing can be folded down so that it's thicker just around the top there if you would like. And then also, because I made it long, you can pull it up as a hood, so you can wear it like that. So it's still nice and long in the back, and it covers the, your ears, and because of this cuff being folded over, it gives some extra protection on your ears, and it's nice and cozy. And I'm so excited to use this. Keeps your neck nice and warm. So I love this one, and I will have the tutorial for this one out at the end of this week on our Friday video. So that is what's coming up. That is a finished object, and like I said, I'm using the same yarn for 2 other projects. So I have mittens, and I have some slippers that I'm working on, and they are very, very easy. It's primarily half double crochet with some ribbing like this, so they all match and they're all the same yarn, and it will be a really nice combo. So it'll be like a 3-parter, a whole set together. So that is what I have completed this week, and I have a couple things that I have started. So the first item that I'm going to share with you is by MJ Off the Hook Design, and I love her stuff. This is a cardigan, and she has it where you can make multiple sizes, or I'm sorry, she has made the pattern where you can make it multiple lengths. So the one that I'm making is more of a cropped version, where it would be really nice with skirts or with jeans, and that's the one that I chose to do. The longer version, she has the option of adding a hood adding pockets and making it longer. So they are the same design but different, a little bit of different add-ons for it to make it a different style. And it is made with a medium, it's made with a DK weight yarn, so a 3 weight. And I will show you, I have the body and almost both arms done. So I've got, this is the body, and this is made with the mandala, let me see, I have the skein here. This is made with the mandala Sandman color. So it's these really pretty, it's yellow, orange, red, green, brown, and more green. So yeah, this one is called Sandman. And it is really cute. So how you work it is, it's a raglan style, so you work from the neck down and you leave spaces for the arms. Let me see if I can lay this out better for you. You leave spaces for the arms and then you work the sleeves. And you also do the bottom ribbing. And after the sleeves you do the cuff. So there's the body of it. And you can see the ribbing on the bottom there. And then at the bottom of the sleeve you see the cuff. And this is just a single crochet ribbing. So it's back loop only for that. That's for all the ribbing on this. And then once this sleeve is done, I only have a little bit more to do on that one. Then I'll add the cuff, and then I will do the ribbing around the body and leave holes for buttons. And then that one will be done. But I was really excited to have that one completed. The stitch is very easy. Her instructions are very easy. I have attached in the description her pattern if you would like to purchase the pattern. And if you would like to get assistance on the pattern, you can check out her YouTube video, which I have linked as well. And her YouTube video includes the instructions for a medium size. So if you are making the medium, you can follow the tutorial without the pattern, but the pattern is helpful with different stitches and different things like that. If you watch the video, you kind of have to fill in the blanks here and there without the actual written pattern. So to have both of them is very helpful, especially if you are making a size different than the medium. So I would recommend doing both of them, but she has very nice tutorials on there to help you out with the pattern. I'm gonna be all staticky now. Okay, so the last thing that I have is a little thing that I'm designing, and I can, before I finish, let me show you the mitten that I have that goes along with that cowl. So there's the mitten. It is all half double crochets except for the ribbing around the bottom. So you've got that. Oh, and the thumb is single crochets too. But it's going to be a very simple pattern. My idea for this was to have a set of cowl, mitten, and slippers that are all very simple to make. And it's a very easy design, made for the most part the same way. So in the cowl, you're just going all the way around. You're not going back and forth, and you just do it in a spiral all the way up to the length that you want, and then you add the ribbing on top. And that's pretty much the same thing with this, where you start at the wrist and you do in the round. You do the half double crochets in the round, and you're leaving a hole for your thumb, and I will show how to do all of that. and then you decrease a little bit at the top, and then you tie off the top, and then you add the ribbing at the bottom. So very simple design. I'm very excited to get that out because I've always thought that mittens and slippers were intimidating because you have to do all the, because there's so many extra things to do with it. But this one is very simple. There's not a lot to it. Very easy, very beginner friendly. So when I get that out, that one will be really nice and simple. So that is a goal, to have that come out sometime soon. And then I will show you, and I'll show you a little bit of what the slipper is going to be as well. As of right now, this is what it's going to be. So I'm making this is all half double crochet in the round, so you're staying on the same side, just working it in the round, and you're making a hexagon. So if you've made a hexagon cardigan before, it is just right angled. See, you can see that looks like a square, that's a square, and it's like squared angles on all the corners, but you have 6 of them instead of 4. So it gives you this floppy little messy looking thing. But if you fold it in half, it becomes an L shape. So if you were to do a cardigan, you would make one like this, where this part would be the sleeve, this would be the body. You seam it up the back, and the open is, or this part in the front is left open for the opening of the cardigan. And then your cuff would be here, or where your hand would come out. So that is what that one would look like for a cardigan, but I'm using it in the same idea but as a slipper. So it would be like this, where this is the toe, this is the heel, and this is where your leg is. And so then you would seam up all of these here once it's big enough, and that would be your slipper. So still working on that, working on the counts for it and how to structure it properly. But that is those are a couple of the projects that I have, and I am hoping that I can get those out in November, along with the cowl being this weekend. And so yeah, that's what I have cooking up. That's what we're trying to get completed, so that I can have that nice set for you guys. All right, the other thing that I am working on designing right now is it's almost like I want to say it's a vest. It's kind of hard to describe, but I'm using this yarn that I found at Michael's. It's a cloud cake, and it's in the color Sunflare. And oh my goodness, it is so soft. Like, I was just standing in the aisle saying, what can I make with this? Because it's so soft, and I just want to feel it all the time. It's so cozy, and I just want to feel it like this. I don't even want to use it. But, so it is striped. Like, that's got nice, my favorite colors. It's got like I don't know what you would call that color. It's like a reddish brownish color. And then it flows into more of a brownish, and then it goes into yellow, orange, that reddish color, and then repeats again. And it's so pretty and so soft, and it's so squishy. I love it. So I was trying to think, how can I keep that soft, squishy feel with the same texture, but use it in a project? And it wants you to use a 5.5 millimeter. Okay, wait, hold on. This label says it wants you to use a 4.5 millimeter. But then this pattern that comes with it wants you to use a 5.5 millimeter. And now I'm wondering if they want you to hold it double. I can't imagine. That scarf doesn't look like it's held double. So I don't know what is different with with the pattern on here, because the pattern that comes with it says to use a different hook size than the actual label says to use. So that's new to me. I've never seen that happen before. But anyway, this one is so cool and I can't wait to use this. Or I couldn't wait to use it, so I started on a project. I'm actually using a 5mm, so it's somewhere in between. And what this is going to be is like a vest type of thing, but when it, I'm making it go as like just to try and give you a visual of what it is. I'm working from the right side of the garment to the left side of the garment, so it'd be almost like a big rectangle and have slits in it for your arms. So then it will kind of flow down a little bit on the front, because there will be more fabric on the front, so it'll flow down a little bit. I don't know if this is making any sense, but it'll flow down a little bit on the front and be like a nice, cute, relaxed vest type idea. So this is what I have started with so far. And I think what I'm going to do is when it is on, the top part is going to fold over a little bit so that this can all kind of drape the way that it needs to. I think I have it in my head. I don't know if it's gonna work out or not, but this is what I'm working on right now. And so this is worked this direction. So it's worked like this, and it is singles and chains. That's all that this is made up of. So you can see it is a single and chains and then a single holding it together. So it's very nice and airy. It's keeping that really nice loose softness that the skein, that's how the skein feels. So I really wanted to try and keep that softness throughout, because it's very squishy and very light, and you know, that's what we're working on. So we'll see how that goes. The design might end up changing, but I thought that this was just a really neat stitch that I felt went well with it, because I didn't want a stitch that was like bumpy, because it took away from the softness, like when you feel it downward. I wanted something that was nice and smooth. So then on the bottom I also have like a little thicker cuff on the bottom part. So anyway, that is what I have going on this week. I do have my my one blanket that I'm going to start, that I showed you, that has the teal and the fall colors with it. So I'm going to be starting that soon. I just have a few other patterns that I really want to try, because I've seen so many really nice ones. So I have so much stuff that I want to get started on, and I'm really trying to pace myself and get some different things done before I dive into all of the other things. And so I also want to work on the 2 blankets that I was telling you I want to spend my 15 minutes each on, and I'm going to start that soon, to start doing my 15 minutes each. But my blanket with my ends being woven in, that was number 1 on my list, and I'm going to start working on the other 2 to try and get those completed and worked out of my whips into completed objects. So that is it for today, and as always, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you find joy in the little things.